This is John, and you're watching Music of the Movies. Over the decades, there have been many composers, but only one has become a nearly household name, John Williams. It's not hard to see why either. His scores are recognizable, purposeful, and powerful. For many fans, myself included, E.T. is considered some of his finest work. The mark of a great score is one that stands on its own, one that tells the story of the movie without the visuals, where you can hear the emotion behind a character's dialogue or the excitement of the moment. Every scene in E.T. is a carefully considered orchestration. In fact, I would say that if you had no visuals in front of you, the story would still make sense. You know what? Let's try that out just this time. See if you can guess what might be happening on screen before I show you the visuals. See how accurate you can be.
Calrissian, see? And this is Boba Fett. And look, they can even have wars. Look at this.
I just want to point out one thing real quick not a lot of people caught. Notice when he passes up Yoda here in just a second, you're going to hear the theme for Yoda come in from Star Wars, which of course Williams also did. So, how'd you do? Or should I say, how did John Williams do? Could you tell what was happening on screen? Now I'm going to let this play for just a little bit longer because one of the best parts of the score, and of course the part that everybody remembers, is the flying theme. And when it's first introduced, you got to understand, we take this again for granted when we hear it now because we know what it sounds like. But imagine watching this scene for the first time and hearing that music for the first time. It's just magic, pure magic. Now, it's easy to take this for granted, but watch most movies today and notice how they all sort of blend together and don't really tell a specific story. They all just kind of provide a mood. There are so many scenes in this movie that I would love to highlight, but I try to keep these things a little bit shorter just so that we can get an idea of what the score is about. I do want to highlight one scene real quick that I just absolutely love and is one of the most emotional parts of the movie. We think at this part in the movie, and this is towards the end, that E.T. is dead, and so does the main character, Elliot. And after this kind of emotional moment, we realize that E.T. isn't, and he comes back to life in this really just overwhelmingly positive and happy moment. And the way the score just brings this out is just unbelievably awesome. And I tell you, even as an adult, it's pretty difficult for me not to get choked up just hearing how well this goes together. So check it out. Now, if you're familiar with this score, you might be saying to yourself, where's the chase scene? He's going to be doing the chase scene, isn't he? And I am afraid to say that I'm not going to show that entire chase scene. It is by far the best 15 minutes of any score that I've ever heard, at least in my personal opinion. To break that up into pieces and just show parts of it, for me, would be doing a disservice to the score. In fact, in the film itself, and some of the behind the scenes of the score, John Williams said that, he couldn't get it quite right mathematically with what was happening on screen. And Spielberg actually went and edited the movie around the score so that it would fit the way that Williams intended it. And I can't even recall in my head any other movie being that cooperative with a composer and really considering his craft just as important as the visuals on screen. And that's awesome. All right, we're about out of time for today. I do appreciate you coming to my channel and checking my videos out, especially on a weekly basis. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. I do have the entire 15-minute chase sequence from E.T. at the end, synced to music only, available to patrons on my Patreon page. If that's something that interests you, it's only $1 a month. Don't feel bad if you don't want to do that, though. I just hope that you enjoy the videos that I'm making and you're getting a little bit from it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week.